Hello everybody, PatBenage here, the evolution coach, creator of the 6-week shift, the inner path, and author of this inspirational blog, SoulTalk. And I'm doing something a little different this week. It happens to be November the 8th, Tuesday, election day. And it's in the middle of the afternoon, and so I'm kind of facing in a different direction. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here in Central Oregon. And so I thought I'd shoot this outside, and I just really wanted to offer a soul perspective on all of the stuff that's going on. I mean, this election has been more divisive, more contentious than any that I can remember in my lifetime, for sure. And I see people so, upset and so impassioned and so committed and angry and, scared for America and for what's next, and from all sides, so many different viewpoints that are, all very passionate and yet so different. And I wanted to offer a perspective because soul, really doesn't give a crap. God really doesn't give a crap about this election, and what's happening with it. And, and certainly everybody has preferences and everybody would like to see things get better out here in the world. But my question is, how do we move through this with ease, with grace, and not be so sideswiped by all of the stuff that's happening in the media and on social media and everywhere you turn, One thing about it, it has certainly impassioned a lot of people and gotten a lot of people involved in this political process. But to what end? To what end? Regardless of what the results are, and I haven't looked at any of it. I don't care. Not that I don't care at all. That's the wrong thing to say, but really it's not going to affect me. It's not going to affect me who gets elected or what measures pass or what any of that stuff. There might be some financial effect, there might be an economic effect, there might be some effects, but it's not going to affect me. It's not going to affect who I am, how I live my life, my journey. It's not going to affect that at all. And soul's perspective really is that it's a lot of hoopla. It's a lot of drama, and it's an opportunity to rise above. Like everything, every challenge in life, it's an opportunity to rise above that challenge. It's an opportunity to overcome that. And in this case, what I see is that it's an opportunity for us to move through this process without all of the upset, without all of the anger and the fear that's generated by it, without all the drama. But how do we do that? How do we do that? I mean, when you've got so many people and so much energy directed toward this candidate or against this candidate or against this candidate or to this cause or another, everything is just exploding up to the surface. And it's wonderful. All of it is. All of it's fantastic. Because it's allowing us to express ourselves. The question is, are you expressing your truth about this? I mean, your actual truth about this, or are you just living in fear? And that's really what it comes down to in this whole process. This whole election process and the whole campaigning that's been going on for, feels like forever, right? But that whole process has been going on for so long, and what's happened is a lot of us, not everybody, but a lot of people have stepped into this place of fear. And they're afraid that if this candidate gets elected as president, that life as we know it will end. And it happens from both sides. And then there's the faction that says, if either one gets elected, it's life as we know it will change forever. And the thing is that life as we know it changes every single moment. Every moment. It's never the same. Embrace that. And just because it's not changing out here the way you'd like it to, that soul doesn't give a crap about that. Soul doesn't give a crap. That's all the mind and ego. That's all the mind and ego. Mind and ego loves to make a big deal out of it. That's why I say over and over and over and over again, go within. Go within. Find out who you are. Tap into, connect with that truth of who you are that's within you. Connect with that. Anchor yourself in that. If you do that, you do that consistently, day in and day out, none of this stuff will bother you. Nothing. I can tell you, I've gotten in discussions over the course of this time, and I do have preferences as far as what I think might be the best thing. But honestly, whatever the result is going to be the best thing for us. I know that's hard for you to grasp. It's hard for you to accept, but that's the truth of it. No matter what the outcome on any of this, it is the right thing. It's the perfect outcome to get us moving further along in the direction we need to go as a nation, as a global community, as small communities, as an individual. Whatever the outcome, it's going to put us at every single level. It's the perfect outcome to move forward from. That's always the case. It's always the case. When we realize that, when we recognize that that is always true, all of this becomes kind of meaningless. We certainly will still have preferences. I still have preferences, but quite frankly, none of this matters that much to me. I recognize that in the big picture of things, it's not that important. And I've said this a while back in the process that, we make such a big deal out of one job. President of the United States. I mean, it's a big one, yeah. In terms of influence, it's a big one, but it's one person. It's one person. And it's 4 years. Maybe less, maybe up to 8. we get to try again in 4 years. And if we're constantly battling each other, if we're constantly resisting one idea over another, we're going to keep having this over and over and over again. All of this is bubbling up and becoming so prolific that it's becoming that way because it's requiring us to take notice. It's saying, pay attention. Look what you've created. Look what you've created. Is this what you wanted? If it is, keep doing what you're doing. If it's not, do something different. Be different. Be different. Like I say over and over again, all of this stuff is illusion. All of it. It's just a reflection. It's not truth. It's not permanent. The only real truth is what is permanent, what is eternal. That's soul. That's soul. And so, if we put as much effort, if we put as much passion into what's happening within our own being, what's occurring in our own soul, if we put half the passion we put into this election over the last year and a half, we'd solve every problem in the world if each of us would just bring that focus and that passion within. It would solve all of this. It would change everything. Almost overnight. Almost overnight. And when we're ready for that, we'll do that. But right now, just one person at a time. One person at a time. That's all it ever is. So, I'm by the time you guys see this, the election will be over and the results will be in, and you'll have decided whether you want to move to Canada or Mexico or South America or Africa. I don't know, or you'll just have decided that, hey, let's after all of this stuff, maybe we ought to find a new way. Maybe we ought to figure out how to manage this differently. And the only way I see to really, really make that change is to go within and express from there. Express your truth. Be your truth. Be who you are. So, just wanted to get that done here. And I wanted to do it before the election was final. I just wanted to give that perspective. I'm not going to tell you my preferences for any of this. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever happens will be perfect. Is perfect. Is perfect. Life is perfect. Nothing ever happens by mistake. Nothing. So, I hope you'll take this to heart. I hope that you'll, if you're feeling a struggle at this point, I hope you'll just breathe in and just look within and just realize how insignificant this one election is. And how magnificent you are. That's what I want to tell you. You are fabulous, marvelous, wonderful, magnificent beings. Remember that. And so is your neighbor. So is those that voted on the other side, they are too. We're all the same. Underneath it all, we're all the same. So, I thank you again for joining me. I hope things turned out the way you wanted them to. I know not everybody's going to see that, but I just love life. Love life. It's an amazing thing. And we'll see you next week. And remember, live life from the inside